Welcome to the OC, bitch.
Hey everybody, it is Dan and Joe, and we're talking about the OC. I had it backwards, so it was just the ocean, which is also attractive, like we talked about before.
I like that, yeah.
This is the one with the whole cast.
I have a bone to
Many
pick
of
with
the
you.
cast. Yes.
Actually, I do. Because here, all right,
Tell me.
you are more of a collector of series than I am.
Uh-huh.
And I remember that I was positively delighted by this box. We talked about it in one of the episodes.
Very jealous, really.
I really do like this.
Yeah.
And I said it was one of the best I'd ever seen. Did you think that was a joke? That,
No, I didn't think that was a joke.
Like I was like preposterous. I said because you were like making like I don't know about that. I'm like,
No,
this is a really cool box set.
I've definitely seen
More
some
elaborate
that are
ones?
more elaborate for sure.
But it's
actually,
simple, but I like it.
I'll tell you about the greatest one I
Okay.
know of.
Okay. Tell me.
I have it, and it is for a classic 60s sitcom. Get Smart.
Oh, nice.
You've heard of this show, and the movie probably with The Rock and Anne Hathaway. But the case is its own secret lair.
Ooh.
So you have to, the first thing you do, I think the first thing is a Velcro. So you lift up the Velcro, then there's a set of doors. You open up the doors, and then you do something. You do like 4 things to actually get to the DVDs.
All right.
It's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I might
Very cool.
argue potentially excessive for something like the OC. Like,
Yeah,
look, all right,
maybe.
look, I like aesthetics. I like simplicity. That is fun.
Yes.
That is very fun
Yeah.
and themed. I'm just saying I appreciate the
This
design.
is simple. This is simple. I do have, okay, so Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
This is the one that you've been watching,
on the DVD.
my copy of. But I do have what's called the yearbook edition
Yes.
as well. I have 3 versions of the show. And the yearbook edition comes in a yearbook size thing, which actually kind of sucks because I can't fit it on a shelf. But
Oh.
I actually have it next to my real yearbooks, so it's all right. But it has all the pages are like actual, as if we went to that school.
Oh, like they make it like
if
a
we
design yearbook.
as we went to the Freaks and Geeks school, and so it's got
McKinley High or
some,
whatever.
McKinley, yeah. So it's got signatures and stuff.
Also,
So that's very cool too.
also, totally not a plug to check out our Freaks and Geeks reviews. Also on Dan Reviews It. We're almost
Yes,
done, so
we're
you can
almost
catch
done.
up now and marathon it all as you watch the episode.
Yeah,
check
actually,
it out.
it's perfect. Oh, and we just discovered. Speaking of, to bring it back to the OC, I just discovered that the OC is on HBO Max.
So I just discovered this too.
We realized that Freaks and Geeks sadly is currently not streaming anywhere. So people that are looking for that hopefully either remember the series or can watch them. But the OC is streaming on HBO Max. So if you have that, or if you get the trial period or whatever, you can actually watch the OC episodes and follow along with us.
It's really funny you bring that up because I just saw that the other day and I wanted to bring it up to you because you know the clip that was advertised that I saw, you know what it was called?
What?
The Best of Cohen.
No, it was not.
And it was just a bunch of his little bits. And I'm like, so this is proof. See, when we started doing these,
he's the best one.
All right.
Everybody knows that.
I know we're going off on a tangent. But that's okay.
Already.
But I want to say something. Okay. The evolution of this whole thing we're doing at the OC is hilarious.
Started as a joke.
And look.
For years.
And
I said, no, I really kind of want to watch this show. Like, we should watch it.
I knew the show was a thing that was on. No, but this is the thing. It has a fan base. It's got a wiki. It's got inner lingo for fans.
Yep.
It's got discussions. I looked at the Wikipedia article there and like just a couple things. It does explore a lot of stuff. There are some iconic elements. I didn't spoil anything for myself, but this show had kind of an impact.
Listen,
it kind of did.
Here's how I found out it was on HBO Max. In front of some show I was watching, might have been on Hulu, but they advertise different streamers or whatever. But anyway, or no, it was a YouTube ad before some video I was watching. It was a commercial for HBO Max, and it had literally like 5 clips in it, and one of them was the OC. I was like, that's how popular it is that you're advertising your streaming service.
That's what I'm saying.
With OC clips?
Best of Cohen. Like, there is a fan base.
Yes.
There is a consensus. It's a phenomenon of some kind. It has a following. There's something there. And, I never thought it was, like, on the same level as, like, a Dawson's Creek or anything.
Yeah, I really didn't either.
But, like, apparently.
But it seems to be.
And I was like, so
we are doing it disc by disc. So we're watching 4 episodes at a time thus far. I don't know if any of them have more or less than 4 episodes, but so far they've been all 4 episodes. So we are now on disc 3. We're doing episodes 9 through 12, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So you've got The Heights, The Perfect Couple, The Homecoming, and The Secret. And we're going to talk about a little more detail, obviously, of all of those. And these episodes all aired in November of 2003. So we're talking about, there's a Thanksgiving episode in here. So we're actually right on the base of the best Christmas ever, which is the first episode of the next series.
Which is legendary.
And it's legendary. I am sad we won't be getting that up before Christmas.
Oh, all right.
We'll get it up in January.
That was the plan, but you're going away.
That was the plan, but I have to quarantine before I go home for Christmas, so we're not going to see each other.
Storms.
And so yeah, and then there's a snowstorm coming this week.
Christmas will outlast any Christmas.
You're right.
That's the point.
You're right. All right, so we're gonna basically, I guess, go through the episodes. I'm going to read the description basically of what's in here, and then we'll talk about more specific, because we watched these about a week and a half ago. So they're not quite as fresh as some other ones we've done. But all right, so the Heights. So as you'll remember, they just started back at school.
Yes.
So in this first episode is Ryan's first day, because remember the episode before when they were at school, he had to like test in
with O'Brien's wife.
With O'Brien's wife from Star Trek. So all right, the Heights. All right, calculus, AP, English, history, the ways of the human heart. Not everything learned at Harbor High is on the schedule of classes. Who wrote this?
That was a horrible.
The Cohen case is a house divided.
Very cheeky.
When Sandy takes an environmental case against Kirsten's father. That was a good plot. They did that a couple of episodes. All right, the perfect couple. Work keeps Sandy and Kirsten apart. Rachel makes a play for Sandy. Julie's secret lover is revealed. And oh my God, Summer realizes she likes Seth, but don't ever tell anyone.
I like that episode.
So we had that. Then the Homecoming, that I think is the Thanksgiving episode. Used to be Seth couldn't find a girl. Now he has two. Anna and Summer both show up for Thanksgiving. Anna returns.
Yes.
Ryan also has double trouble as he and Marissa visit his old neighborhood and encounter an old flame. That's interesting. And then The Secret, no one was supposed to see what happened, but Luke did, and so did Ryan. Now, somehow, all Newport knows that Luke's dad has been living a lie, and subsequent gossip raises questions of secrecy and trust.
I'm going to spoil this a little bit.
These are corny,
with no
cornily written.
These plot synopses are great. I would write something like that just to be cheeky. I'm glad these are the official ones, guys.
Yeah, you're right.
Points to those people. I'm really serious.
You love this box set.
It's got personality.
It's
subtle. It's there.
You're right.
And not subtle at all. But look, the thing about the OC for me, I think for you to some extent as well, is that it just gets better and better.
Okay, well, we talked about this.
So when we watched
so far,
I can't believe it.
We've given the first 2 episodes, or the first 8 episodes, the first 2 episodes we've run. We haven't given official grades, but we're all like, okay,
it's in that range.
It's about a B. It's in the B range. But by the end of these 4 episodes, I said to you,
I really like
these ain't in the B range anymore.
I was like, the last couple episodes I liked were really
seriously
good.
If it keeps going in this direction, we're going to be looking at like an A- type season. I mean, these last 2 episodes especially were very good. I agree.
The last 2 were
that we saw, the Thanksgiving one and the one after with The Secret, where they're having the boat party.
Unironically enjoyed them both a lot.
So, all right, let's just talk briefly about what's going on with all the cast.
Yeah.
So this sort of set things up, but basically, by the end of these 4 episodes, or maybe in the middle, Marissa and Ryan are together.
They are officially
together. She's given up on Luke. He was cheating with the other girl. But then there's a moment where maybe she's talking to Luke again. Ryan gets pissed about that. But that's like a one and done episode. They don't talk anymore about it.
The last time, hopefully. We'll see. Well, it's
I doubt it.
Please.
We'll see OC. I doubt it. But that's what's happening in that part. Now, as far as Summer, yes. So basically, Anna returns to the picture.
Yep.
And Seth is like all over Anna to
get
at first to make Rachel to make Summer jealous.
Yeah.
Rachel Bilson to make Summer jealous, but and she plays along with it. Anna gets it. She's like, okay, you want to make Rachel Rachel Bilson is her real name, and there's also Summer. The character Rachel that is making out with Sandy.
So it's similar.
All right, but anyway, Summer. So Anna knows that, and she's fine with it. She's like, yes, we can make Summer jealous together. Da 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 da. But then Summer does get jealous. A and B, he falls for Anna then too, but still has feelings for Summer.
But actually, at first, Anna falls for him, and he doesn't want to react to it at first. Remember, because he doesn't pick up on it.
Well, Anna already was into him.
Yes.
That was her whole thing.
Yes,
but
she made it clear he didn't get it at first.
No,
and then he gets it.
Well,
like a little.
The problem was, remember, she kissed him at the carnival, the fair.
Like, is she into it? Oh yeah.
And then she lies to him and says, "Oh no, that was just to make Summer jealous."
So you're
remember?
saying that's all his fault?
No, what do you mean? No, I'm not saying. I'm saying it's both of them. I'm saying he's not picking up anything that she's laying down.
Which is ridiculous.
But then she's also not laying down honest things.
I'm gonna ask you a stupid question.
Yeah.
All right.
How much do I love this show?
Well, that's not no question.
Not a stupid question.
No, like, all right. Look, I know people can be oblivious, not pick up on signals.
Okay.
But do you think is it unrealistic that he'd be that oblivious, or is it completely believable?
Nobody ever has really liked this kid, right?
Okay.
To be fair.
Okay.
That's number one. And also, I don't think he's looking for signals from her.
He's not. He's paying attention to Summer. That's true.
You know.
He does think of her as a friend, and then not so much.
Yes, and then he's got both of them for the Thanksgiving. We forgot the whole carnival thing, though. So when they kiss, as at the carnival,
Ryan
and that's where
Heights too.
Yes,
the Heights.
So the Heights. Now let's talk about the Heights. Now that is not on DVD, but I used to love the show The Heights. It ran with 90210 and Melrose Place. How do you talk to an angel? That song comes from The Heights. All right. If that was on DVD, I would love to do.
Everything's on DVD. Why is that on DVD?
Music rights, because it was a music show. Yeah. But anyway, so he's afraid of heights. So she gets him to actually Anna again. Anna, remember, pays the guy running the ride. And she's like, "Hey,
stop the Ferris wheel."
Yeah, stop the Ferris wheel. Keep them up. She says something like, "Keep them up there as long as you can."
That was good. And I like that she was playing matchmaker with both of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, so they're stopped up there
also
at the Ferris wheel.
Happy Anna came back. Actually, I wasn't sure they were going to bring her back, and they did.
Happy Anna.
No, I'm happy.
Oh, you're happy that Anna came back. Yes. I thought there was a different character named Anna that was happy. Happy Anna. I missed that show. All right. So, yes, I'm happy they brought Anna back too. We didn't think that was going to happen.
I thought she was a one and done character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But she's a
we were all very happy about that.
I'm happy.
So, it all comes with Thanksgiving.
That's really what we want to talk about.
But,
what happened?
Well, no, I'm still on the whole Seth thing, because then remember, after Thanksgiving, after it blows up, then they both still want him.
Look, now we're just jumping all over.
Well, I'm talking by character by character.
Oh, are you going character?
We kind of did. Marissa and Luke and Ryan aren't that important yet in this one. This is more about Sandy and the father-in-law.
Yes.
And Marissa's mom will talk about.
But Seth, you know, and I have to confess, I think we were all kind of cheering for him. I kind of was like, wow, what a player. Well, the thing is,
the best joke, I think, was when Ryan was like, oh, you know, Seth's caught between two girls. He doesn't know what to do. And Sandy, Peter Gallagher's like, Seth Cohen?
Like my son? What? Juggling two women? What?
And he's actually the one that uncovers everything.
Oh,
because he finds Summer in the pool house.
The pool house. The classic bits is like, what is going on?
Because Seth's got one in the bedroom and one in the pool house and trying to keep them from each other. They find out. Then they become best friends in the next episode.
They bond over like the Seth guy, and then he's just nervous.
And then
they decide to
both go for it.
It's interesting though.
He apologizes.
It's interesting because he goes back. He does apologize to both, but he takes their advice. Which was it Sandy's advice? I hope.
I think so. Yeah.
He's like, you can't do that. You got to apologize to these girls. He does that.
Yep.
And it's interesting. Okay, interesting bit. All right. He does talk to Summer and apologize first.
Right.
Don't know if that was a calculated decision. Probably not.
Well, he talks to them at the same time. They're sitting there at the library.
Yeah, that's true. But then
he mentions her name
Summer,
first.
Okay, Summer gets back to him first and says, okay, you want to go out?
Right.
Saturday. Then he goes, runs it, Anna again, and she's like, okay, if you want to go out. Saturday, well, I'm actually going to be with Summer. She's okay, well, how about Friday?
Yeah,
I'm
how about Friday?
Okay, so he's got two girlfriends.
I figured that's what was going to happen. Once they both started, like, going...
Look,
parting ways at the library, I was like, they're both going to go.
Maybe, you know, I'm not sure how realistic that was, but for the character, I thought that
was really any of it that realistic?
No, it's the OC.
It's RNOC.
It's soapy. It's a soapy teen drama, but you know what? I thought it was cool, and it's the thing with Seth actually carrying on with it. It's fun. It's a little self-aware.
We had a lot of moments in these last two episodes, Thanksgiving and this episode we're talking about right now. A lot of like moments where we are just screaming at the screen, like or whatever, you know.
I feel like I'm a teenage girl.
I know. Like, listen, the OC does it for some reason. I don't know.
OG, it's the OC.
OG, it's the OC. Now, Joe, you thought this would be a stupid show.
I mean,
and it's turning out to be.
It's pretty good.
One of your favorites.
Well, the thing is, it's very cheeky, obviously a little corny, but a lot of it's intentional. Like the Thanksgiving one,
it's very self-aware.
It's so, and that's actually when I was reading up a little bit, because I have to be like, there's something. It's a click, and that is one of the things. The meta humor is one of the things that's best known about it. It doesn't. It's a little self-aware, which separates it from a lot of his other shows.
Well, and when we think about some of those shows like Dawson's Creek or 90210, they are soapy, but I do think
they're a little more.
They take themselves a little seriously. Well, we remember hearing about Busy Phillips and Freaks and Geeks talking about when he went to Dawson's Creek.
Behind the scenes,
every line had to be exact.
The directors are like, no,
you
stick to the script.
They're letting Gallagher and Seth Cohen do whatever they want. Yeah. All right, so that's that character. Let's go back to Marissa and talk about her mom and Jimmy. So Jimmy, or should we talk about Sandy and the whole lawsuit thing?
I guess let's talk about that first, because
that sort of leads in maybe. Okay,
because he.
So he is with this Rachel woman played by Bonnie Somerville, who you might know as Mona from Friends, and they were kind of flirting a little bit in the last couple episodes we watched, but here a little bit more, and it does come to a head. But first, she puts him on this case to go against his father-in-law.
It's like destruction of like a reef.
Yeah. Basically his wife and his father-in-law are going. So
he would be like
head.
Going against them. Yeah.
Right. So. Which he doesn't tell her first, of course.
Yes.
But by the end of that episode, he's like, honey, I got to take it. It's who you married. I love that scene, by the way.
I was honest. I'll admit, I was thinking he's going to put his pride aside for the marriage.
Yeah.
But no.
I thought so, too.
Because it still seemed like it could have been a good thing for him to do because he cares about his wife and the marriage. But he's like, I want to stand by who I am, what I believe in.
Yeah.
I can't back out of the case. And she actually is like, I get it.
Yeah. Well, he came to her when she was in the pool and said that. And he was like, it's who you married. And she said, I know.
Is that the same part with the bit where they're trying to get together again and the phones go off? Is that?
I think that might be
Is that the next one?
They spent a lot of time in that pool. And that might be the same one. It might be the same one.
I think they do it a couple times because it's a recurring
thing. Right?
Maybe is that the next one where he?
I think it is Perfect Couple. I think it is that one.
Because they keep trying to get together and they can't. And that's the joke.
Yeah.
They're both working.
Because that's the one where Rachel makes a move on Sandy. And he rejects her outright.
She's crawling on the floor.
And we find out, remember, in this batch of episodes, Sandy finds out that Jimmy. We find out. I think it's the episode after Thanksgiving, but
yes,
I forget when it was, but
it happened.
Watching all four in a row is sometimes you forget which ones. But anyway, but that definitely happened. So she makes a play for Sandy. He says, "No dice, get out of here. I got to go home and be with my wife." That might have been when the phones are going off, but anyway, so he obviously has a lot of tension with the father-in-law. Anyway, we saw that last time. And now we learn a little bit more about what the father-in-law is up to. Because Marissa's mom, who is absent from a couple of these episodes, comes back, and Thanksgiving is a big, huge dilemma. Well, first of all, Marissa, I think, puts her foot down about Ryan with the mom and says, look, Ryan's going to accompany me to this. He's my boyfriend, But he sees that Marissa's mom and Seth's grandfather are now an item and what have you. He breaks news to her. I thought she wasn't going to believe him.
And that's the one with the boat, right?
Yeah. The last episode we watch is the one where they're on the boat at the cotillion or whatever.
They're trying to kind of keep that together. And then eventually it's
basically a fundraiser for something. Yeah.
Marissa actually reveals like, oh, you're actually out together.
Marissa has to, she gets on the mic to introduce something or somebody. And she reveals, she basically mic drops about how dare you, mom, you're sneaking around. Oh, you want to talk about truth in this family?
In front of dad. And Jimmy doesn't care.
Jimmy's loving it.
He's your problem
now. Jimmy's loving it. Yeah, so the Jimmy part of these episodes is that he has finally decided, okay, I need to sell the house to, pay for basically all these people I screwed over and And, Sandy kind of talks him into that, although then he reveals to Sandy, look, you've been great, but want to be honest, made a play for your wife. She rejected me immediately.
But no.
Punches him.
No.
I thought he was going to.
No, but
But he's a Sandy, so he's not going to.
And he was still like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think he was more upset with his wife for keeping it from him, actually.
I think so, too.
He does mention how he's like, just doesn't want to punch him in the face. He wants to, but he resists.
I think so, too. And basically, when he calls her out on it, she's just like, well, it didn't mean anything. And he's like, well, right, if it didn't mean anything, why didn't you tell me? Which is, look, that's a classic
line.
Soap opera and drama trope.
But it works.
It's effective
because and it makes sense. Like if you weren't concerned from your perspective, then you would have been talking about it.
It's a real world relationship problem.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It comes.
So
that's
it works.
Come up.
It works because it works.
Yes.
So anyway, right. By the time that's all revealed about Jimmy's, soon to be ex-wife, Marissa's mom, he's just, loving it.
He's over it.
Yep. Oh, she's your problem now.
That's funny.
Because for a while, the father-in-law doesn't want to buy Marissa's mom a house, and then we find out.
And you didn't think that they were together. I'm like, oh, she was totally like making the moves to get in there with the guy with the money.
But she wasn't back then. She was laying the groundwork,
the foundation.
Because he was still with the hot grandmother.
But I knew that's where it was going, though it's weird.
You did.
What happened to the young grandma? Did they just excise her?
Well, she was always traveling anyway, I guess. Because wasn't she a model? Wasn't that the bit?
Are they married though?
Yeah.
Then okay. Then I guess drop that plot point.
I don't know. Is it open marriage? We don't know. Or maybe the deleted scenes or something.
Then it'll reveal the truth.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about
She'll
that.
come back.
But all right. So anyway, these are the plot points.
Beats, so to speak.
Look, we don't usually run off at the mouth about the OC like certain other shows.
We are
so. Is there anything else that's major enough in the plot that we can talk about before we just give our thoughts overall?
Well, we got to talk about the last episode where Ryan goes back to his old home.
Yes, that's the Thanksgiving episode. Actually.
No, that's the one after.
No, the reason he's not at Thanksgiving.
Oh, at Thanksgiving, yeah.
The reason he's not at Thanksgiving for most of it is because he goes back to his old home. Yes, great point.
Yeah, can't stop.
So, the Thanksgiving episode is a farce. It's a classic farce. Because the whole family is there, but also Sandy is trying to hook Rachel then up with Jimmy, and then
which ends up like kind of working.
Which ends up by the end actually working.
Yeah.
And then Kirsten's dad comes with Marissa's mom.
Yeah.
So that's a whole to do because they couldn't get their turkey right or whatever. But in the meantime, yes, catering. That's right. So in the meantime. Right. Ryan basically gets a call at the beginning of the episode from his brother who's in jail, who we never officially met, right?
He was in the very first episode when he broke into the car.
Okay.
That's all we saw.
Right. So now we see him again at the jail. I don't know if it's the same actor. I can't remember.
Same character.
But same character.
We met him before.
And he says, look, do me a favor. I got this.
Return the stolen car to this like gangster.
One more thing will make me even with these gangsters or whatever. So you have to go back to the old neighborhood. You have to do the deal. Whatever.
Marissa comes with him.
So Marissa comes with him, and we learn that this is actually Ryan's ex.
He's at their house.
And so the two of them are sort of swapping stories, mingling, much to Ryan's chagrin.
Yeah.
But Ryan's got bigger fish to fry. He goes to the place, gets the car.
Learns that he did stuff like in the play, and also didn't talk to his ex about leaving. Just kind of dropped off.
Yeah, that was quite a bomb too.
Just like,
she was mad at him because he left without saying anything, which I thought was not cool.
That was not cool, and it's interesting. It's almost like kind of a warning. Like that is what he did. He kind of ran away. Though it was interesting, his ex wasn't like she was sad about it, but they were still.
Well, I think at this point she's over it. I mean, it's now maybe not 6 months, 3 months, maybe have gone by.
Maybe
a whole summer.
Yeah, they were like kind of okay with it, but it was interesting insight. But Marissa still kind of stood by, and she saves him because turns out
he goes to the place.
The criminal guys. That's not going down.
That was not the way it was.
They were going to. I'm going to just say they were going to
murder him,
beat him to death.
Do you think they were going to murder him?
They were going to beat
something.
They were going to beat him up, probably put him in the hospital. He could have died.
Yeah,
those guys went serious business.
They weren't kidding.
He probably was going to kill him.
Yeah,
I thought they were.
So she followed him
and just
pulls up in the van behind him and is like honking the horn.
And this is actually where I kind of thought that, you know what, there is some interesting technical stuff in this. And remember, whenever they step out of the OC, it would get grainy.
You know, that
footage,
was an interesting point you
like
made.
some handheld. I was like, it's a stylistic choice.
Yes.
And I was like, that was an interesting thematic
It is definitely
dissonance there.
It goes from a
clean,
beautiful,
sparse,
clean, great lighting,
soap opera
into this
gritty,
grainy,
street level,
24 type atmosphere.
And I thought that was interesting.
It's whenever they travel
choice
outside of the OC.
Outside of the
because they did it in Tijuana too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and TJ.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm picking up the lingo.
Don't get me on the TJ. But you're right, and you pointed that out. That was an excellent observation.
That was interesting choice. I was like, I like that.
Well, was that McGee's choice? We wonder.
It seems like I don't know if he directed the executive. Who knows?
He's the executive producer, right?
Look, well,
does it say in here who directs the episodes? I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah, directed by Patrick Norris, Michael Fresco, Keith Samples, and James Marshall. 4 different people. My God.
Well, whoever directed that one, or
goodness. Well, it's probably a Josh Schwartz type thing. He's the one who created the show and wrote the first episode. He probably had some input there with that idea.
Well, whoever did, I thought that was a cool choice.
It's very well done. Yeah,
I like that. It was effective.
Yeah,
and so it shows there's some creative thought that's clever.
And Ryan told his brother at the end, "That's it.
That's it. I'm done."
He said, "I'm not coming here ever again."
And you were fine with that. Like, good riddance.
Man. He almost got his brother killed, and I don't think cared. You know,
I kind of had the feeling he did, but they don't exactly have the best.
Here's the thing: they don't have a great relationship. You're right, but
he felt bad. He felt like he owed him, but he still cared on some level.
Here's the deal: you know, this brother knows these gangsters. Did he really think they're going to be even after this swap? I bet he probably was like, whatever.
He was probably hoping that this.
He's trying to save his own life.
But and
so he's sending his brother to the wolves. I think.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with him not returning.
What about the mom? When she came back? Maybe.
That'd be interesting for an episode or 2. I don't want her to stick around.
No.
You know who his mom really is Kirsten now.
That's true.
Kirsten Cohen and Sandy Cohen are the parents now.
That's true.
So
that's pretty much
yeah. I'm glad you remember that.
I was like, gotta talk about that part.
Was there anything else in these horrible descriptions, these corny descriptions?
They don't actually say what happens in the episode. It's very vague.
Nothing really happens at school. We haven't done too much at school yet.
Sadly, I want more stuff in the school.
Well, we'll probably get some. I don't know once they run out.
Well, they talked about the drama in school with the girls.
Yeah, I mean, and
they're there.
They're at school, but we don't really know any of the teachers yet. We don't know any of the classes.
There was a scene where Ryan was struggling, I guess, with the class, finding it boring or something. What was that? Was there a scene? I think there was a scene where he was in class.
Yeah, he was in class.
Trouble study. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, no.
He's got to get a tutor or something, right?
We forgot about the dad. That's where it happens. They have to do the project together with the bully.
Oh!
How do you almost forget?
You're right. The gay story.
You're trying to get through this.
This is what happens, everybody, when we watch these episodes a week and a half back.
He said Thanksgiving was last. I was like, no, there's one more. There's more.
I didn't say Thanksgiving was last. I said the boat party
You
was
said
last.
the last one we watched.
But no.
That's the boat.
Yeah, the boat one is the last one we watched. But it all takes.
You almost forgot.
It all takes place surrounding that.
That was like Thanksgiving was fun.
I'm glad I mentioned the school thing because
I was about to forget too. And there's the drama there. So I was like, okay, Thanksgiving was really good. But then this episode.
Yeah. Wow. In this episode, we Ryan and Luke are teamed up on a project together.
And he's cool with him.
He's nice. Totally cool with him, even though he's with Marissa now and Luke isn't anymore.
Go to his house. It's like
they go to his house. And it's like
nicer.
It's Cohen's times 3. It's like the Leave It to Beaver, Brady Bunch. I mean, it's like the classic, perfect nuclear family.
Yeah.
And everything appears to be that way. But Luke takes Ryan to his dad's car dealership. Let's pick out a car to whatever, hang out in or go to TJ and who knows. And they see the dad who owns the dealership, Luke's father, kissing another man, which, by the way, for them to show that on camera, even in 03,
that's pretty
good.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
It shocked me.
Showed a full-blown kiss on there.
That was the OC
gay kiss. So that was good. So Luke gets so freaked out that he bumbles the keys and sets off the car alarm. So the dad sees him, and it is a disaster. He goes and tells him, like, "Oh my God, like what's going on?" Luke leaves the house. ends up bunking with the Coens, for at least a few hours. Doesn't end up staying there, but Sandy, of course, great advice as always.
Yeah.
Talks to the dad, talks to Luke. I mean, he's just talking to everybody. Also, it caused a rift between Ryan and Marissa because it got around town.
And he thought she said something.
Yeah, so basically, what really happened, we find out, is that Luke's dad told Luke's mom. And so Luke's mom spread it around to the community or whatever, to the country club.
Which is how
the bitches.
Which is how the bees, how Kirsten and Marissa's mom kind of come together because everybody else is so horrible.
Yes. Welcome to the OCB. Which we forgot that was our intro, by the way. But anyway, so basically, yeah. But Luke doesn't know that happened. So when it comes back at school from these women at the country club telling their daughters and their sons, and they're making fun of Luke at school, he thinks Ryan told people, but he didn't.
No,
Ryan kept his word. Didn't tell anybody. Class act as always.
Oh yeah.
Look, the guy's got a number of secrets of his own. He knows how to keep a secret.
Yes.
But he thought Marissa,
which caused
Ryan was like, well, you're the only person, because he does tell Marissa. He's like, you're the only person I've told. So if other people know,
you think that I would do that?
You told them. So I'm glad you remember that whole plot line.
Also, don't know why, but there are so many references to Magic the Gathering this time around. I don't know why.
Yeah, a bunch of Magic the Gathering references. It's a bit odd, right?
I mean, I was thinking like
they'll play in one of these episodes, I'm sure.
You know what? Around this time, I had a friend who was actually into Magic the Gathering. I think this was one of the resurgences of it sort of back. It's much more popular now.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember about this time, 03, 04, there were kids that were starting to come back and play it. So it would have been kind of coming back around this time.
I mean, look, they do their research. I mean,
and that's another thing I guess I like about the OC2 is that there is a character for geeky characters who, honestly, these references aren't that obvious.
It's not Big Bang Theory.
It's not banging you over the head. It's like these are little things that like Magic the Gathering wasn't that big in 2003.
No,
so I mean, it's interesting. Like
they'll talk about it.
I like that. I really do.
So anyway, the dad ends up moving out and whatever. Luke returns home, but he tells him he loves him and blah blah.
That's the most important thing.
But man, the gay subplot. How can I forget?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, listen.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and this description really didn't tell us about
his S word. I won't
shoddy
say.
At best.
Shoddy at best.
It is shoddy at best. All right. So I think, look, we're in a good direction here. I think really, like you said, these last two episodes, Thanksgiving episode and The Secret, which is the boat party, the gay plot line, these
are some heavy hitters.
Seth apologizing to the girls. I mean, these two episodes were, I think, the best of the series so far.
Well,
the pilot was good.
The pilot was good.
But the pilot, you always have to grade a curve.
Basic,
pilot.
It was head-led foundation, standard stuff.
Yeah, so I think we're really heading on a good trajectory here.
I think so. I can see we're getting the momentum, but I have a theory, and I don't know how long we're going to watch the OC. I guess it could be a while. I don't know.
We'll see.
I feel like there's going to be some good stuff. We know there's Christmas. We know there's the shootout. But I'm wondering, with the OC, is it going to be one of those shows where it kind of evens out, you think, or is there going to plummet after a certain
well, okay, so we talked a lot in the first Welcome to the OCB that we did about Fox and their hot firecracker shows. They bust them out. The first 2 seasons are like great. They do amazing. And then it's like every one of them, the last 2 or 3 seasons are just not good. Like Glee, I gave up on during season 2. Ally McBeal, I watched all the way through several times, but the last season is bad. And so I don't know. This last 4 seasons,
it's not a bad number.
We'll see. Glee only lasted 4 seasons too, though. And that got bad.
Didn't watch much Glee.
I thought about doing it at some point.
I'm not watching Glee.
No, not with you. This was going to be on my own. Don't worry.
Okay.
But some Glee reviews because
is there a new one or something?
No, but just Ryan Murphy is so hot on. He's doing all these different Netflix shows and movies. He did the Nurse Ratched
Might
show.
be timely for your
and Glee was really one of the. I mean, I guess Nip Tuck before that, but for more family friendly entertainment, I guess Glee really was his big breakout. I feel like, and so I don't know. It might be fun to journey through some of his old stuff.
Hey, try it. See if
and
you
I never
like
did
it.
finish Glee.
Glee has a big fan base. So.
Big fan base. I actually talked about it a lot in my prom review because Ryan Murphy directed that, and it's a musical and it involves high school kids, and so it reminded me a lot of
that as a single thing. So yeah.
So anyway, but no, I wasn't going to ask you to watch Glee. Don't worry.
Okay.
I was actually thinking about asking some of my other gay friends to watch Glee with me because it's a very gay show, as all the Ryan Murphy things are.
Okay.
But anyway, OC. That's it for now. We don't do grades on these, so we're not going to grade it. But I think definitely it's going in a great trajectory.
I don't want to take you too much longer, but when you think about grading, I remember there's this other reviewer I like. His name is SF Debris. He'd review all the Star Trek episodes, things like that.
Okay.
And the way he does it is he always grades every episode relevant to the show it's in. So, for instance, an original series A might not be the same as a Next Gen A or something. Is that how you look at it, or do you look at
yes, it is actually.
Oh, it is. I never.
And that's how I do it with movies too, because let's not go too far off topic.
I was curious because if you give say if we gave OC an A+, it's not the same as a Freaks and Geeks A+.
Look, I don't think.
Or could it?
Well, look,
I'm not
something
as
like
an example.
Something like an A or an A+, though, I do think is reserved for more cream of the crop. But
okay.
I would say if right now, if the rest of the season is like those last two episodes,
good, man.
I think this is an A- type show.
That sounds about right.
Now, is it close to as great as Freaks and Geeks, which is an A+ or an A show? No.
But remember, this is a different.
It's the OC.
It is the OC.
So yes, I very much am with that vein.
Okay.
Well, and it's think about Fast and Furious movies, right? They're all pretty terrible, really, but there's 3 ones that are pretty good that I've given B's to. But a B for Fast and Furious
means more.
I gave Hateful Eight a B as well. These are not comparable. Hateful Eight obviously is way better than any Fast and Furious movie.
Interesting.
But in the Tarantino world, or Brave. Brave, I think I gave a B or a B+ to.
Okay.
Brave is certainly a much better movie than Fast and Furious 5.
But then the grades are
they're different sort of,
Okay. See, that might be confusing for you because they are the same grades. So you're not universally the same every. But then if we're looking at lists,
I mean, look. Maybe these are not the best examples. I don't know.
This is going to
be a
discussion for another time.
The OC and Freaks and Geeks are obviously
not
very
the same.
different shows.
Very different shows, different goals, and that's
yeah.
the point.
Yep.
But yeah, I think A- sounds good.
All right. Well, there we go. We'll talk to you guys then in a few more weeks for 4 more episodes of the OC. Take care.